Anyway, would you like to move on to the next contest?
Yes.
Well, it was a triple threat match for the world title between Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Gunther. And it's starting to get embarrassing because this is kind of 2 3 ways in the last, 2 or 3 weeks that they've had that I kind of liked.
And also, Gunther's getting over as a babyface.
Well, yes, he's, again, tremendous. And the background they gave on him, brief factoids that you can understand. Gunther has been a champion for 80% of his time in the WWE. Gunther has been pinned twice in the last 3 years. And, again, they had a quick pace to this, but it wasn't gymnastics. It was just fighting in a back and forth struggle. They weren't, okay, I'll grab your foot and spin you around. You kick the other guy in the head, he'll fall into my arms where I DDT him, and it's round and round. Do-si-do, spin your partner. It wasn't bullshit. And each one of them are doing their stuff. Obviously, Finn is trying to do the quick things that he does so well, and Priest is kick-ass, and Gunther is the ring general. But again, I love Gunther. Finn is a great worker. He's been there a long time, and they used him for so long, and the Judgment Day thing and his whiny voice. Maybe he'll revitalize himself, but he was good. Gunther was great. Priest, again, had a chance to kind of keep up and shine here, and I don't know if it's coming across. And he doesn't need to do flip dives over the top rope. Can we establish that now, talking about Priest? Did you see that one?
I did, and a lot of big guys like to show that they could do some of the stuff that the slighter guys can do.
Well, then they need to do it. When he pushed off, it looked like he pushed off in a bed of quicksand. Folks, for those of you who did not see this, I mean, it was like he's running. Gunther is on the floor, and Priest turns his back and runs all the way to the other side of the ring so he gets a head of steam so he can run all the way across the ring. And when he pushed off to dive over the top, it looked like just a flat tire happened, and he barely, cannonballing over the top rope, barely cleared the top rope and landed in front of Gunther. Gunther bent forward trying to get under him, and all it ended up doing for Gunther was Priest, when he landed in front of Gunther, he kicked Gunther in the back of the head on the way down. And it was like Priest just gave himself a backdrop over the top rope into a flat back bump on the floor. And again, anybody in the business, when I got in the business, if you said just take a backdrop over the top rope, flat back to the floor, then fuck you, I quit. He did it to himself on purpose. But on a more positive note, it wasn't over choreographed, and they kept a good pace up, and you really couldn't keep up with a play-by-play of it, like so-and-so did this and that, but they went back and forth, and you got a lot of 2 counts, and they nailed it after that. There was not, I make fun of poor old Priest, but he's too big of a guy to be doing shit like that, but they nailed the rest of it, and they got the This Is Awesome chance, and then Gunther ended up powerbombing Priest on the stairs to take him out of the thing, and then drop kicked and powerbombed Finn and pinned him 1, 2, 3, which was a perfect finish because they're saving Priest. Gunther had to go over, and Finn can drop the fall because he's the worker. That's the kind of the rule of thumb that they use. So I liked it. A triple threat match. Are you gonna make mockery of me now, Brian?
No. It was Gunther. He's one of your guys. You give him a pass.
It was, oh, come on now.
No, it was good. It was fine. It was fine. I like Balor. Balor's been doing it for me a whole lot more than Priest has in terms of, he gets the fans into his stuff, and I don't know, there's something, I compared it earlier to Drew McIntyre. There's something with Priest. They made him the world champion, and I don't know, are there any fans clamoring for Damian Priest? Of all the things happening in WWE, I don't know if anyone cares right now without Rhea or Dominic involved.
Yeah, that's there needs to be something going on there. It needs to come out of him like it came out of Drew. Or maybe he could just be a white meat baby face and they could have all the little kid, the Hulk had the Hulksters and Macho Man had the Macho Maniacs. Maybe Damian Priest could have the little kids in the priesthood.
I mean, that may not be, that probably will not fly.
Think we need to workshop that one?
That one may be a tough sell. I don't know. If Vince was there, you'd have a shot.
They could come in and get communion from him at his knee.
That may cause a problem.
So on NBC, you think?
On NBC and on Netflix, yes. And with society as a whole.
Well, then we move on.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're stuck with this.
No priesthood for Damian Priest. Did you hear about the priest that got collared down the street? All right. Anyway,